Hey, what's up, guys? Time for my review of Star Wars Rebels Spark of Rebellion, which is the 1 hour combined 2 episode special that they did for Star Wars Rebels, which premieres in about a week from today. It was on last Friday, and I just recently heard that you can actually watch the second episode online, which I'm probably going to do here in a little bit, but I decided to review these 2 episodes first. And if you watched my review for A New Dawn, which is a prequel book to this whole series. I really enjoy the Kanan character, and he grew a lot from that novel. Where we pick up on him now, he's basically willing to use the Force and be the Jedi that he is. A big strong point in this one, which I'm sure if you've heard about it before, watched it, is the music. Gives you a lot of feels from the original series. Pretty great music, nostalgic, if you will. The new characters we're introduced to here, because I'm not going to talk about the other two. You get the dude that's based off the Wookiee design, which Skelly, I want to say, unless that was the character's name from A New Dawn. I always get them mixed up. And he is, big, strong. He's kind of like the Jane, if we're doing the Firefly comparison, because there's a lot of comparison there, And he doesn't get it wrong with Ezra, who is the main character, and where I've heard a lot of people aren't fans of Ezra, I enjoyed his character a lot. Why? Because Aladdin's one of my favorite Disney movies, and basically, he's Aladdin in space with Jedi powers, which is enjoyable for me, because while most people are like, no, Aladdin's good because of Abu, at least that's just what I heard. When I was listening to Star Wars podcasts, that's how they define it, and I just thought that's completely wrong, because Aladdin's what makes Abu likable. Because Aladdin is awesome, he's a street rat, he's just stealing what he can't afford. And much like Ezra, that is everything. So he's got a lot of Aladdin vibes, which I think is cool, and I enjoy his character, where he is now a lot more than I liked Ahsoka's character at the start of Clone Wars. And in this comparison to Clone Wars, where I got put up one of my biggest negatives, we'll talk about the other main character in a second, but the animation style is just a bit off. It's very Clone Wars-esque, but it doesn't seem as high quality, and that is not more apparent than when you see the Wookiees, which just look terrible. I heard some theories that, it could be because they were slaves right now, and they're like all supposed to be tired and war-beaten, and, not had a lot to eat, but they just looked way off. I thought the design in Clone Wars was amazing. The design here, not so much. The other main character is the Mandalorian, who's a strong female character, which I like. The show has strong female characters, something that people worry about when it came to Episode 7. They got that covered in Rebels right now. And she's a explosive expert, which is really cool. She does this spray paint thing, where she makes the rebel symbol. So hopefully we're going to find out where that symbol came from, because she's using it. And she makes the symbol, and it turns out that that spray paint was an explosive and blew him up. The enemy in this, kind of weak, just a typical general who's not going to be remembered with weird mutton chop sideburn stuff. It didn't work for me. It wasn't a bad villain, he was just there doing what he could. But at the end, we're teased of the Inquisitor, who I'm really looking forward to. Going to be awesome. The action in this was really Star Wars-esque. It had humor. It had a perfect blend. It was kind of like almost a greatest hits album of Star Wars. Like if you just throw on great moments that remind you of Star Wars, it's this. Do I think the whole series is going to be like this? No. But that's probably a good thing, because we got more style over substance, if you will. We kind of get introduced to the cast, but we're just left development through the action, which I think is cool, but not something that's going to happen every week. I want more interpersonal relationships here. Hera, I don't think it's much to do in this episode, which is a disappointment, because she was a really good character in the book, and Kanan R.A. decides, hey, I'm going to show that I'm a Jedi to people. It doesn't do much with the lightsaber. I was disappointed. He's like, hey, took out my lightsaber and I'm going to block these blasters. And I was like, no, you're a Jedi. Get over there and kill some stormtroopers, because that's what you do. That's your thing. But he still seems like a really cool character, and the way that he's going to interact with Ezra, I think, will be really awesome. I almost forgot about Chopper, the droid, who is a typical droid. He does what he wants. He's like, maybe I'll do this, maybe I won't. And droids are fun. You gotta have them in any Star Wars thing. Um, he's basically reminds me of R2D2. He's just all droids are R2D2 because they're that cool. Unless they're talking, walking droids like C3PO, but he's not. He's another R2D2, but looks more like a trash can. I really like this group of characters, and this show does seem like it's going to have some kid elements, which I'm okay with because it's Star Wars and it's on Disney. It makes sense, but it also blends it with overall Star Wars goodness. And where before I was kind of worried about the tone, it does seem like we're getting a more original trilogy tone. Like maybe the first Star Wars film is where this show's at now. Where in Clone Wars it felt like we were starting more like in a prequel tone area, which then developed into the darker, better tone of the last couple seasons. This one we're already starting in a good place, and though I don't think it's going to get to the tone of the Clone Wars darkness, I can see getting some Empire Strikes Back darkness because it starts in the same place about the same Star Wars movie. Really looking forward to the rest of the series. Really enjoyed this episode, and I was surprised how much I liked it. Especially the fact that I liked Ezra's character. And I haven't watched any of the shorts. I'm probably about to watch those too, because I didn't realize that these shorts take place before the series. I thought they were like clips from different episodes in the series, but apparently they're all standalone prequel shorts. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you should look them up too, because it's awesome. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this, and it's good that, at least for the next, I think there's 18 episodes, so next 18 weeks getting Star Wars every week, and then have to wait a long time until the movie comes out. But not that long, only a year. So if you've seen Rebels, let me know which of the 5, 6 characters were your favorite. Right? Yeah, 6, if you're counting Chopper. And let me know your overall thoughts on the premiere and if you look forward to the show or not. Please like, share, and subscribe as always. If you want me to give it a grade, I guess I'll give it an A because I loved it. But, I gotta give this series a full time to run before I can give the overall series a grade, or at least season. I don't know if I ever said like, share, subscribe. Be sure to do that again. If you did before, go ahead and do it again. If you didn't do it now. And thank you guys